One. And we're going live on Dr. C and me. Haven't been here a while. We are on Black Truth News and on Bear Grizzly. But today we're going to go on back on Dr. C and me, and we're going to share this video. So I want you guys to check it out when we share it. Excuse me, I was eating popcorn. And there's Dr. C shaking her head at me right now, as you can see. Bless her heart, or bless my heart, as they would say.
Somebody help me, please.
What's she gonna?
Somebody help me.
What's she gonna do with me? So we was talking about Jay-Z and the NFL merger. The camera's on you. You're looking very confused right about now.
Okay, because you're doing a lot.
But hey, but they don't see. They see. That's why the camera's on you.
Okay, I didn't know the camera was on me.
Right. So right. So we need your game face on, and then when I put it back on me, my game face is on. So now we're back on you.
All right. So we were on IG earlier, and we were talking about the NFL Jay-Z partnership, and talking about the impact that we hope that he will have as, you know, a member of this partnership and coalition. Hopefully, you know, he would be able to express the concerns of the Black and brown community. And, you know, we're waiting to see what comes of it. For me personally, once he announced this partnership, I would have loved for him to also announce what the agenda was, you know, and maybe a couple of action items that he hopes to, you know, achieve and accomplish, you know, as a result of this partnership. So maybe that's to come in the near future. I do appreciate them having the press conference and allowing the press, you know, people like Charlemagne the God, to be able to ask some poignant questions, you know, about what does this mean? Why didn't you include Kaepernick in the conversation? And, you know, and he gave his response to that, which, you know, is a valid response. Kaepernick started the conversation, brought the issue to light, and now it's time for action. And so that's why he said that he's partnered with the NFL to enact action. So we'll see. You know, big ups to him for getting a seat at the table amongst other billionaires. He should, you know, be taken seriously. And as Van Lathan said on TMZ today, you know, we culturally trust him. As a culture, we trust him to do the right thing. So we'll see how that goes. So, you know, hip hop news. A$AP Rocky was convicted of assault, but he will not have to serve any jail time. So that's good. We are, you know, happy about that. I too like to see how his narrative changes, you know, now that he's been, you know, locked up abroad and treated very differently. His money didn't matter over there. I'd like to see, you know, if he comes back and changes his narrative a little bit about, you know, some of the causes that we are fighting here, and him saying that he cannot relate. So we'll see how that goes. And Cyntoia Brown, we never talked about her release and, you know, what she's going to do in the future. And if you don't remember, she was a young lady who was used in sex trafficking and, you know, was held hostage, I guess, or used as a sex slave for an individual. And she ended up murdering the individual. And so she, you know, got sentenced to a long period of time for that crime, and she was recently released. And so I think I read something that he's passionate about, you know, assisting others that are, you know, in the struggle of human and sex trafficking. And, you know, that's in the news right now because, you know, Jeffrey Epstein, you know, was also accused of human trafficking with minors. sex trafficking and all of that. And apparently there's a lot of celebrities, that was entangled with him in regards, to this type of situation. And now they're trying to find out if he really did kill himself or if it was homicide. And, who knows? Because we do know that if you go to prison or jail and you've had anything to do with children, the other inmates, it has been known that the other inmates will either kill you or harm you in some kind of way. So they're saying, based on the broken bone in his neck, it doesn't really appear that it was suicide as was initially reported. So I guess more to come on that. But I did see a photo of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein with some young little girl, and Trump was kicking the girl on the head. So who knows why and how, it has come that Jeffrey Epstein is no longer with us.
Well, it wasn't celebrities. It was a lot of powerful politicians, and the people that he was really plugged with was the Clintons, not Trump. And like I said before, the Clintons got a lot of dirt with them, associated with them. And his association with them includes back when they was in Arkansas. So doing a lot over. See how that, the camera's on me, Dr. C, by the way.
I know.
I know. And a lot of it is goes back with Trump or whatever. I heard a theory that the Secret Service came in and kidnapped him, and he ain't really dead, and he hung himself. So a lot of people, the victims, were upset that he killed himself. They wanted him to go to trial and be suffered. And I'm like, the nigga dead. What the fuck you want him to do? But he was already on suicide watch, and they took him off suicide watch. So, that's
and
it.
if your conspiracy theory is correct, or the theory that you heard is correct, then that would make sense why they took him off suicide watch, so that means he wouldn't have to be watched every second, and then that would allow for someone to come in and kidnap him or do whatever you said was done, homicide or whatever. So this is going to be very interesting if we ever know the truth, because I'm sure too many people have too much at stake for the real truth to come out.
Yeah. And I want to give a salute to DeMarcus Boogie Cousins of the Los Angeles Lakers. He just tore his ACL. He was with the Golden State Warriors last year, and NBA fans and basketball fans kind of sympathizing with him because it's been a long road. He had hurt himself, got traded, and this was going to be a new beginning playing with LeBron, and he tore his ACL, and he may miss the whole next season. So injury is a real thing for these athletes, and a lot of times we praise them and criticize them, for doing great on the court, and when they do dumb stuff, we criticize them and fans, but we never humanize them and sympathize with them because they millionaires that, they work their whole life for this, and for them to be working hard and then something happened to them is, crazy. And also, too, Carmelo's out of there. He had went a few weeks ago on ESPN with Stephen A. Smith, basically pleading and begging to get back on in the NBA, and they're not going to let him in there. Same way with, no matter if you're still athletic or whatever the case may be. This is what we're talking about with Jay-Z earlier, with him having a seat at the table, as opposed to him sitting down and trying to make a case, which these people know they wrong for not letting Colin back in the league. When you have these owners, well, I don't even know if a black owner will even allow that, because they have to collectively. That's why they had, he had put a suit out for collusion, because he said that it was a conspiracy amongst all the owners not to let him back in the NFL, as opposed to just individual teams on a team by team basis. So even if Jay-Z had a seat at the table, sitting down with the owners, I think it was a collective decision on everyone to not let him back in. And that's part of the situation. That's part of that's the part that we're not looking at. Jay-Z says it's not about having a job, but it's also not having the freedom to allow yourself to say what you need to say without having repercussions. So that's the one thing of having to being in that platform. He's taking a financial route, but and that's the route that other people, prominent people such as Oprah Winfrey, Diddy, and Michael Jordan, the route they take, they speak with their money. But a lot of people that don't have their type of money are in a position where they're not able to make mergers with these corporations, and they're minimized because they're not able to say, have the freedom of speech to speak on issues in our community without repercussions. So that is part of the issue, whether people want to talk about it or not, because it's a deterrent to other athletes and other people that have a platform that may want to talk, and they may lose their job. So, that's an issue that, we understand that he's coming on a solution, but, you know, part of that solution is giving us the ability to be able to talk in platforms. And, to his credit, he did say that part of their detail in Rock Nation with the NFL will be to curate the different content that go through social media platforms and streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, and podcasts that players choose where they're able to talk social issues. So I guess that give them a little freedom of voice, but it still minimize them in their playing field because, a lot of people may go and see them on podcasts or these streaming services, but the whole nation is watching when they're going out there and playing football. And then all the reporters and the major outlets come and interview them, and they're not allowed that freedom to say, hey, man, this kid was gunned down or whatever. So the NFL, in effect, is kind of tapering off those people and then allowing them to do it in the platform where they go to work at. And I understand a lot of people don't want to go to their jobs and talk about these things. You want to go to work and go home. But at the other end, he took that stance, and it kind of like, it discouraged different people who was going to be in his position to do the same thing. So that's the truth of the situation. No, it's not about him losing his job, but he lost his job because he spoke out. And it's kind of discouraging to other people to speak out and without fear of losing their job. So, I don't know what you think about that, but that's an issue that it's not going to be discussed. So they might wipe that under the rug, but it's there. That's the elephant in the room. He's not the only person. There's other people that spoke out in the past, and using the Olympics and the NBA to talk about religion and political and social issues, and they've been blackballed and cast out. Craig Hodges, who played for the Chicago Bulls in the 90s, a lot of people don't remember him. But when he went to the White House and he handed a note to the president when they won the championship, he never got back in the NBA. He was before Colin Kaepernick. Muhammad Ali, Mahmoud Abu Rahif. I'm saying his name wrong. He plays in the Big Three now, but he was one of the first people not to stand for the flag or put his hand above his heart because of his Muslim beliefs. And he was if you are an old school NBA fan, he was Steph Curry before Steph Curry. He had a jumper. He just didn't have his personality. So that's the platform. Even though Jay-Z is getting online and he's doing the NFL merger and it's not about Colin Kaepernick and his job, he's right. It's not about the job, and hopefully he provides solution. But, that man took a stand. He lost his job for it. And you're in the platform, and he's not really saying that, he's generalizing. Jay-Z's never really specific and say, oh, this and the other. He's just going to say this and the other. And, he's creating a series with Will Smith, and they're going to talk about Emmett Till's mother. So, he's using his platform.
Not about Emmett Till's mother. They're going to talk about Emmett Till's death from the
mother's perspective. Yeah, so he's using his platform for positive things, and that's why we trust him. And it's no shade to him, but we can't, as a community, not, you know, we cannot allow them, meaning the big corporations and the different people who Gucci and this and the other, to handpick the best of best and kind of our community and say, oh, we're going to talk to him, and not give the people who are actually on the front line doing that. You know, so that's really what's happening. You know, you got a lot of people standing up, losing their job, or whatever the case may be, and then when they decide it's a big enough issue for them to talk about, oh, we're going to talk to this millionaire, or we're going to talk to this person about it now, and we'll talk to Dapper Dan, and we'll talk to Jay-Z. Man, fuck that. Talk to us. You know, talk to us about what's going on. And, you know, we're grateful to have Jay-Z, who's and these different people in our different platforms to be able to speak on certain of our issues, but he don't speak for all of us, so that's the truth of the matter, so we need other people who are not billionaires. They feel comfortable around people like that, and those are the people they're handpicking. We'll pick Oprah, we pick this. They feel comfortable because those people know how to play the game and talk. But what about the people that makes them feel uncomfortable? Those are the people they don't want to be around. Those are the people they're not selecting to get on the platform. So that's what they do. We'll talk to him, and then he get up there and all that. Screw that. So salute to him, but if you notice, that's what's going on. They handpicking the niggas they want to put up in there and put in front of the camera, and who we gonna make this merger with, He don't got nothing to lose. Put the niggas on there who got something to lose when they get on the camera and see what they say and see how that makes them feel. They don't want to feel uncomfortable. That's the thing. So.
Okay, good point. So let us know in our comments. Comment and let us know what you guys think about, Jay-Z joining the NFL and partnering with the NFL. What do you hope to see out of that partnership? Comment, let us know what you guys think. So, anything else you want to discuss?
No, and the iPad is saying poor connection, so we're gonna go share this. We did 3-4 platforms, and we're gonna wrap it up. We really beyond our time, but when we get to talking, that's what we get to talking about. So, I'm me, and Dr. C is over there.
Hey, check out our IG page, Dr. C and me, and look at our stories, and you can see what we talked about today. Earlier, it was lively for sure. We talked about some of the stuff that we discussed now, and we also talked about threesomes. So go over there and check it out. Have a great weekend, everybody. We love you.
Peace, y'all.
Be blessed and be